This is EverWise Seniors, thoughtful voices, timeless wisdom, because your best years are still ahead. Part 1. The 92-year-old who's never been sick. What if I told you that a 92-year-old man still drives, lives independently, and hasn't been sick in over 30 years? Not even a cold. Most people would call that luck. But he says, no, it's not luck. It's 5 simple habits I chose every single day. Hi there, and welcome to EverWise Seniors, where we explore real-life stories and science to help you live stronger, longer, and with purpose. Today's episode might be the most eye-opening yet, especially if you've ever wondered whether aging means giving up your health, energy, or independence. Let me introduce you to a man whose story quietly challenges everything we've assumed about getting older. He's not a doctor, not a biohacker, just a 92-year-old who never gave up on his health, and in return, his health never gave up on him. And here's the twist. His habits aren't expensive. They're not complicated. In fact, some are so simple, they'll make you wonder why no one taught you this sooner. Backed by science from places like Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and the Linus Pauling Institute, these habits don't just help you avoid illness. They retrain your body and mind to thrive in the second half of life. So let me ask you, have you ever thought that staying well in your 80s or 90s was out of your hands? That sickness is just part of getting older? What you're about to hear might change that. One breath, one glass, one walk at a time. Stay with me. Let's discover the first habit together, the one that takes just 90 seconds, but could add decades of vitality. Now that your body's been gently awakened, what if your next habit could protect you from illness before your day even begins? Part 2. The golden glass that changed my mornings forever. Before the toast pops, before the news starts, before I even take my first bite of breakfast, I drink what I call the golden glass. It's not a magic supplement. It's not a trendy smoothie. It's a warm golden tonic I've made every single morning for over 30 years. And I haven't had a sinus infection or even a cold since. Now I know that sounds unbelievable, but the science is there, and the difference I feel every day. Here's what's in it. Half a lemon. For a fresh dose of vitamin C, one of the most powerful immune supporters known to science. The Linus Pauling Institute confirms it doesn't just prevent illness. It helps shorten the duration, especially for older adults. It also jumpstarts bile production and supports digestion, something that tends to slow down with age. A 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, the golden root of ancient medicine. Its active ingredient, curcumin, is proven in over 200 studies to reduce inflammation markers that increase with age, the very ones tied to arthritis, joint pain, and even brain fog. According to frontiers in pharmacology, curcumin supplementation improves immune response and reduces oxidative stress in aging adults. A pinch of black pepper. Yes, really, it contains piperine, a compound that boosts curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. Without it, turmeric barely makes it into your bloodstream. All you do is warm a cup of water, not boiling, just comfortably warm, squeeze in half a lemon, stir in the turmeric, add the pepper, and sip slowly. It's gentle, it's grounding, and it's how I signal to my body. Today we heal from the inside out. I started this when I was 62. Back then, I had constant sinus issues, joint stiffness in winter, and sluggish digestion. But just 2 weeks after starting this habit, things began to shift. I felt lighter, my joints were looser, and I hadn't changed anything else. Over time, it became more than a drink. It became a message to my immune system, to my gut, to my brain. I care about you. Let's prepare for the day. What's your first drink in the morning? Coffee? Water? Nothing? Have you ever tried giving your body a healing start instead of a jolt? Because this golden glass isn't just a recipe, it's a ritual, one that's kept me strong, steady, and symptom-free into my 90s. Tomorrow morning, give it a try. Don't just drink it, feel it. Because health doesn't begin in a hospital, it begins in your kitchen. Now that your body's been gently awakened, what if your next habit could protect you from illness before your day even begins? Part 3. The 15-minute walk that rewires your body and mind. I don't walk for steps, I walk for healing. Every morning, rain or shine, I put on my shoes and step outside. No headphones, no phone, just my breath and the world around me. You see, when I was younger, I believed exercise had to hurt to help. I'd jog, push myself, chase sweat like it was proof of youth. But in my 60s, my knees started to argue, and my doctor introduced me to something simpler, yet far more powerful, the anti-inflammatory walk. This isn't just about moving your legs, it's about recalibrating your entire system. A study in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that just 20 minutes of daily walking significantly lowers C-reactive protein, a key inflammation marker linked to heart disease, arthritis, and chronic fatigue. That same rhythm, heel to toe, breath in and out, does more than support your joints. It resets your lymphatic system, it clears mental fog, it stabilizes your digestion, and it grounds your emotions. You're not just walking, you're flushing stress from your bloodstream. And the effects? They're not just physical. Researchers at Stanford University discovered that walking boosts creativity and mental clarity more than any seated activity. Your mind moves as your body moves. That's why ideas flow on foot. But here's my favorite part, and it might surprise you. I smile while I walk, not because I'm always happy, but because the act of smiling actually makes me feel better. A study in psychosomatic medicine found that smiling, especially during movement, activates the vagus nerve, which helps lower stress hormones, regulate heart rate, and improve digestion. I like to think of it as my 15-minute medicine. No pills, no equipment, just commitment. And the secret? It's not the distance. Some days I just circle the block. Other days I wander a nearby trail, but I never skip it. Not because I'm disciplined, but because I've felt the difference when I do. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you walked not to burn calories, but to wake up your nervous system, to soften your mood, to reconnect with yourself? Maybe you haven't in a while. That's okay. Your body doesn't judge where you've been. It responds to what you give it today. So tomorrow, before the rush of the world grabs hold of you, step outside, even for just 15 minutes. Let your breath find its rhythm. Let your feet remember their strength. And maybe, just maybe, smile. Because healing isn't just something you wait for. It's something you walk toward. Now that your body's been gently awakened, what if your next habit could protect you from illness before your day even begins? Part 4. The brain and body breakfast that starts it all. If your mornings start with toast, coffee, and maybe a glance at the news, you're not alone. But after I turned 60, I learned something no one warned me about. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing protein, one of the most essential nutrients for staying strong, sharp, and independent. And I felt it. My energy dipped before noon. I'd forget names, lose track of conversations, even wonder if I'd already eaten. At first I thought, is this just getting older? But it wasn't age. It was protein, or rather not enough of it. Here's what changed everything. One simple breakfast. I call it my brain and body breakfast. Every morning I eat one boiled egg, a cup of Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, a few blueberries, that's it. But it delivers over 25 grams of high-quality protein, rich omega-3s, healthy fats, and powerful antioxidants. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal have stronger muscles, better immune defenses, and even longer lifespans. And Tufts University research shows that seniors with higher protein intake have sharper memory, fewer hospital visits, and more resilience when fighting off illness. Let's break it down. Eggs are a complete protein. Every amino acid your body needs, it's in there. Greek yogurt adds calcium, probiotics for digestion, and another full protein source. Walnuts aren't just tasty, they're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which fight inflammation and support brain health. And blueberries? They're tiny memory boosters, packed with antioxidants shown to protect the aging brain. What I noticed? I stopped crashing mid-morning. My focus came back, and I felt balanced, not just full. Let me ask you, when was the last time your breakfast gave back to your body, instead of just filling it? This isn't about trends or diets. It's about giving your body what it's quietly asking for: fuel to repair, protect, and perform. And no, it doesn't have to be complicated. Some days I swap in cottage cheese with flax seeds or lentils on whole grain toast. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Because just like stretching and walking, what you eat daily builds who you become yearly. So tomorrow morning, before the toast pops, ask yourself, what if your breakfast became your medicine? And what if the first 15 minutes of your day were the strongest investment in the next 15 years? That's not wishful thinking, that's science and choice. Part 5. The 3-minute mindset that changes everything. What's the very first thing you give your mind each morning? Before you check the weather, before the coffee brews, before anyone says a single word to you. For me, it's not a news headline, not a worry, it's a moment of stillness. Just 3 minutes. Every morning, I sit quietly and I picture the kind of day I want to have. Not the errands, not the traffic, but the feeling I want to carry: calm, strong, clear, useful. And then I picture myself moving through the day as that person, steady behind the wheel, smiling at small frustrations, present in every interaction. It's not meditation. I don't chant or light candles. It's what I call mental tuning, like warming up the engine before you drive. And here's the science. Studies from Harvard and researchers like Dr. Joe Dispenza have shown that when we vividly imagine doing something, our brains fire the same neurons as if we were actually doing it. That means visualizing calm primes your body for calm. It's not woo-woo, it's neuroscience, and it matters, especially as we age. Because here's a fact that shook me. Chronic stress is the #1 immune killer for older adults. Not germs, not genetics. Stress. It raises cortisol levels, which weakens memory, strips muscle, impairs digestion, and leaves the immune system wide open. A 2016 study from University of Wisconsin-Madison found that just 5 minutes of daily mental rehearsal significantly reduced anxiety and boosted immune response in people over 65, with effects lasting for weeks. So if you've been feeling off lately, foggy, tired, tense, ask yourself, have you trained your mind or has it been training you? Let me tell you, I had a dear friend, same age, same health background, but his mornings, they started with panic, the news, emails, money stress. He lived in fight or flight mode every day. Until one day his heart gave out. No warning, he survived, but everything changed. When he asked me, how come you never seem rattled? I told him, worry is a thief. Every morning, I lock the door. And so can you. Just 3 minutes, sit. Picture the version of you that's grounded, strong, engaged, then gently carry that image into your day, like armor. Because when your mind is steady, your body follows. Blood pressure lowers, immune cells activate, memory sharpens. You don't need perfection, you need a moment. So tomorrow morning, before the toast pops or the slippers slide on, sit, breathe, and picture this: you thriving. Because that future starts with one quiet choice. Conclusion: small habits, big health. Let's take a quiet breath together. Because what you've just heard isn't just advice, it's a map. A simple, powerful path made of 5 gentle habits that, when done daily, can truly change your life. First, before the rush of the day begins, a 90-second wake-up ritual to gently tell your body, we're alive, we're ready. Then a warm golden glass of lemon, turmeric, and black pepper, fueling your immune system, easing inflammation, and preparing your body to heal. A 15-minute healing walk, not for the miles, but for the rhythm, for the breath, for the clarity. A breakfast that feeds your brain and body with eggs, yogurt, walnuts, and berries, setting the tone for stable energy and sharper memory. And finally, 3 minutes of mental tuning, visualizing calm, strength, and purpose before you even check the weather. None of these habits are extreme, but done daily, they become something extraordinary. Because here's the truth. Health is rarely lost in big moments. It slips away in the small things we skip. And it comes back the same way, in quiet choices, gentle movements, and the kind of care that says, I matter, my body matters, my time isn't over. So here's your invitation. Start with one, just one. Whisper to yourself tomorrow morning, let's begin again. And if this message reminded you of someone you care about, send it their way. Comment below which habit feels right for you to begin with. Because small things, done daily, shape a strong, steady life. You're still here, you still can, and you're already on your way. This is EverWise Seniors, where small habits grow strong lives. And remember, your best years are still ahead.